As we head into Easter weekend, we thought it would be fun for you all to have this cute little finger puppet bunny that Miss Casey found. It goes with your white bunnies color book, and you can make it hop hop around and play, and you can put even a little cottontail on the back. So it's time to practice your cutting, and I'm looking to see supplies. Your 2 eyes that were in the envelope with the little cotton tail, and it looks like 1 pink and 1 black is all we need from our marker selection. So we'll get those out to be ready and start by cutting out the shapes. So what do you think these 2 are going to be? Oh, you are so smart. You said it so quickly. The ears, and then the body and the head. Good job. So open and shut them. Make sure that your scissors, thumbs up cutting. Make sure the little hole is at the top, and that you are opening and closing. It's okay if you get a little bit off. Just use your guiding hand to help you cut your circle out. Okay, so there's our little head. And the body. Open and shut. Use your guiding hand to turn the paper. Great practice to cut some circles out. Open and shut, open and shut. All the way to the end. There's our little body. And then the 2 holes already pre-cut for your fingers to make the finger puppet. 1 ear. How many ears does a bunny have? 2, you are correct, just like you. Open and shut. Curve it around. 1. Open and shut. Turn. Straight away. Oh, you're almost there. Just a slight turn. Good job. So there's all your pieces. And don't forget that right before you start cutting, if you feel more comfortable cutting out your pieces like this, like a square, that you can cut that out and cut your circle out, and then you can cut this out and then cut your circle. Do what you're most comfortable with, and get a helper if you need one, because that's what you would be getting if you were here with us at school. Okay, so that's all the cutting for right now. We're gonna get our little eyes, and make sure that you get enough of this stick glue on. If you have a bottled glue, a little dab will do ya, and you can put a little dot of the bottled glue on, and that might help hold these eyes a little better so that they won't pop off, because we want you to play with this bunny. So make sure they're nice and fastened, and that your glue is tightly closed. And then the way you do the bunny nose is you just make a little line right under the eyes. Kind of reminds me of when we made the owl's beak, remember? We made the little line in between the eyes, and it's an upside down triangle. So timber, timber. And then you want to color that in. Kind of round it out. The owl's beak is pointed, but the bunny nose is a little more rounded. Okay, and then the little cheeks. If you draw a line down from the tip of the nose, and then you swing out a curve like this, almost like a C. You see that? And then you go back to the middle and you curve back out again. And if you feel like making some little whiskers, those are cute too. but you don't have to because it looks really cute even without. You could even make some little eyebrows, give it a little personality. And the inside of the ears are usually a little bit of a different shade of the rest of the body. And you can use your pink marker, or if you would like to, you can go to get your box of crayons out. And inside is sort of a peachy colored. Kind of, we use it sometimes for when we're drawing our self-portraits. And it's kind of like a skin color. Would be another good idea. So it's almost like you did the elephant cave where you started at the bottom of the page and you went up and back down and filled it in. And then starting at the bottom, up and back down and filled in. It's just a little bit different inside there. It gives it a little dimension, those little bunny ears. And so now you're just going to take the glue and you're going to put it on the tip facing you at the bottom so that you can tuck them behind his or her little head. It could be a little boy or a little girl bunny. You pick. If it's a little girl, you can even add a little bow. The boys could add like a little bow tie. You get your bunny. You get to do what you would like to. Once the ears are on, you can put a little glue at the top of the body so that his or her head sticks on. And it can be the bunny that helps you go about the house, finding letters, finding shapes, finding colors, just like the little white bunny in our book. We're gonna add a little glue on the back for a surprise cottontail. And so this is where your two fingers will go to make your little finger puppet. Thump, thump, thumps a rabbit. Thumps is another activity that we're providing for you is a little math practice to go over your pattern knowledge. And this little bunny reminds me of those little peeps that you might find in the little treat section for Easter candy. So we're going to do like we did with the oviparous animal sheet, and we're going to cut off this bottom section. Open and close, thumbs up cutting. Open and close, all the way down under those blue dots right in between on the pink dotted line. Okay, so this is your worksheet. This says name, and there's a line. And so right where those colon dots are is the signal for where you start the first letter of your name, a capital letter, in this section. And then you read the directions, which say cut out the objects on the bottom. Use the objects to complete the patterns. So in this exercise, the object is a bunny. We have cut them off the bottom. And so now we need to cut them out individually. So use your guide hand to hold the paper, open and close your scissors, and turn. Open and close all the way down. This pink dotted line is showing you where to go. Such good practice for your scissor skills. Okay, now we don't want to lose them. They're not in the right order, as you can see. So we're just going to make like a bunny bank, a bank to pull from. So open and close. What color is that one? Good. How about this one? Good. So now how many yellows do we have? 2. Good. How many are on the sheet? 2. Good. Now, this pattern is not on the sheet, but it could be if you wanted to, when you're done with this one, make a new pattern that you could do an AB pattern. Same with this one. What color is that bunny? Green. Good. Pink. And another pink and another green. So we have 2 pinks, 2 greens, 2 blues, and 2 yellows. We have an equal sets of these all 4 colors. So now you're going to go back to your sheet and you're going to get your glue and you're going to look at this first top row. And the pattern is pink, blue, pink, blue. So what comes next? Great job. Pink. And then yellow? No, blue. Yes. You can put the glue on the back of the bunny. Green? No. Pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue. Good. There's pink. It's our last one. And what follows pink? In this pattern, it's what? Blue. Great job, boys and girls. Okay, so now we can see the 4 remaining bunnies are just what we need to complete this bottom row. Yellow, green, yellow, green. So do we put another green here? No. What goes here? You are correct. Then comes the green. Remember, just a little bit of glue will do you on these exercises because it's a small piece of paper that you're gluing on to your bigger piece. That way you can save your glue for another time. So, do I want to erase and be finished? No, I need to think. Yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow. And some of you might have gone ahead and worked ahead, which is fine. And so if you're already done, you can take this strip that you cut off the bottom and trim it. And now make your own pattern. Think about some of the colors that you could get out of your crayon or your marker box. And whether it's bunnies or whether it's circles or triangles, you can make a pattern of color and or shapes. You can even add a third color to your pattern, ABC pattern, instead of just AB. But we would love to see what some of the things that you all come up with are. Then the last thing that we just wanted to mention is making sure that you are also just thinking outside the box, doing some creative play at home. These are just a couple ideas. We call this our bunny tail center. And so it's just fun to have different kinds of crinkle paper or tissue or rice or beans work when we use our sensory play, and just get a deep bin out. Ask for maybe you could borrow a little low storage bin, take some things out of it and just use it for play during this time that you need some exploratory play. That's very important. And so we call this the bunny tail center, and there's little bunny tails and medium-sized bunny tails and a big bunny tail. You can make the big, if you don't have one of these, you can make a big bunny tail out of a big piece of white paper balled up. You can also use marshmallows if you have any on hand to do this exercise, but you want to count, touch and count you want to put them in order. You can put them all in a big pile and do small, medium, and large. That's called sorting. So when you have a pile of something that's different sizes and you want to sort them, and you can choose. We had them small, medium, and large, but you could start with the large. So take large bunny tails. Then how many medium did we have? We had 1, 2. And then how many of these smaller ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many bunny tails all together do we have? Well, we know we have 6 little ones, so let's start with 6 and add 7, 8, 9. So we almost have 10 bunny tails. If we had, how many more would we have 10? Good job. Kiss your brain. If we had one more bunny tail, then we would have 10. But we put a bunny tail on our bunny, didn't we? So ask about the cotton area, and maybe you have some in your bathroom, and cotton works, paper works, marshmallows work. Also, if you have any tweezers or any of these type of manipulatives, or even hole punching, those are really good practices to be lifting and picking up and moving things around using this type of thing to get some good exercise with your hands. If you have this type of little toy or something, it doesn't have to be a carrot, but we have these out for spring. You can fill this type of container. You could even put some of this in, and then maybe some little ones on top, and then just take some time and use your fingers to fill it up and close it. You can even play the quiet, noisy game that we did with our eggs. And then speaking of eggs, you can also use little muffin papers or cupcake paper wrapper holder to be a little nest. You can let the marbles be your eggs, and you can either draw or find a little stuffed animal that's a chick, or sometimes Easter eggs look like chicks if you find them this way, and you can tell your own little story by using those. You can open up and put the marbles, the little eggs in. So playing the game, the quiet, noisy game. Quiet, noisy. Have fun.